Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back. The title of the video, I think, is going to be, Am I having a midlife crisis and should I change careers to be a certified financial professional? Am I having a midlife crisis? Now, this is more of kind of like a vlog, maybe a question for you guys. It's a question for me I'm having right now. I'm 45 years old. And I've been doing software engineering for almost 20 years now. And I still think I'm pretty good at it, but the industry's changing day over day, month over month when it comes to AI and, how am I going to compete with that? I think about that quite a bit. I also think about the interviewing process in that I haven't done interviewing in like 10 years or longer, actually. I think it's been 15 years since I've actually interviewed. The job I'm in now, I had a dinner with my former boss. That's how I got the job. He knew about my startup company years ago, found out about me, through LinkedIn, got my contact info, and just emailed me out of the blue. And I flew out to Las Vegas, had dinner with the guy, tried to sell my company in the process, which is a whole nother story, but had dinner with him and pretty much got hired on the spot. So I haven't been through the interview process, and with software engineers, they kind of have to do all these leak coding things now, which is these algorithm coding kind of stuff, which in my opinion is not even relevant these days when it comes to coding, because you can code all this stuff with AI. I'm probably more of an integration specialist when it comes to writing software that actually works and makes money in the real world. That's my specialty, making money. I don't know about other software engineers. Most other software engineers, their specialty is spending money. Spend the company's money to make some elegant piece of code that pretty much does nothing. Okay, that's the way I look at the industry most of the time. So I haven't interviewed for 15 years. I've been in the same industry for those 15 years. And to be honest, that industry is kind of going bye-bye, in my opinion. It's this audio-visual industry where, you're working with AV products for conference rooms and boardrooms, things like that. And I just feel like that industry is just going by the wayside. People aren't going into the office very much anymore, and they're not going into meeting rooms. Maybe for some companies, but for a lot of companies, they're sticking with that work from home remote schedule because there's no overhead, and you can save a lot of money. I got a neighbor who's got a new AI company. He's got about 160 employees, and they're fully remote. The modern AI company, fully remote. So I don't see the future of my industry making it very far, or it's going to be real tight, let's put it that way. So that's the situation I'm in. I still love writing software for a living. It's great, it's still good money, but I just don't know where it's going. And my company's kind of like, I don't know, after the last 2 years, we've been down year over year. I think we went from $40 million down to $20 million in annual revenue with. So that's not good. That's not going to sustain itself. So, I'm 45. I've got 20 years left to my career, quote unquote. Maybe I could do YouTube for longer. Who knows? So I got 20 years left, and I'm contemplating going back to school and to become a certified financial planner. I honestly love talking about the financial markets. As you guys know, I don't know everything. Probably most financial planners don't know everything as well. I bet you some financial planners have never even touched the stock market with their own money. That's the sad and funny thing about it, is that people in their own industry don't even play in their own industry, okay? But I'm sure there's some great financial planners out there and who know what they're doing, who've probably been in the markets and who give great advice and help people build wealth. Now, I think I could do that. I really do. I've got a good communication skills. I've got good technical skills. I've been in the markets for 15 plus years. I know what they're like. I know what you have to do. I know you have to nibble, 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 nibble. And so that's what I'm thinking. And I've briefly started looking into, what it's going to take for me to get the certified financial planner status, whatever that means. I've seen there's a couple schools out there for it. I would try to find probably some online school. I was looking at some Kaplan school, but I want to make sure that it's actually going to be able to get me the CFP certificate or license, essentially license. Some universities, they give these certificates out and they don't even go towards getting the actual license to be able to officially do that type of job. I don't even know really what that job means. I mean, maybe, it could be my own practice to where I could sell myself and actually gain clients to do one-on-one financial planning with clients and learn about their goals, find out what their liabilities are, learn about their income, do all the things you need to do to help a family out, to help a family build wealth. And it's a long-term process, and it's a process where you need to be patient, things like that. And a lot of people still don't understand that. They want to get rich quick, and there's no such thing. And that's what financial planning is all about. Planning for the future, spending that time, providing people with that one-on-one coaching where I'm on them. I think I would want to be a planner where I know everything about you year after year, and I check up on you and I have you come in and make sure you're on track. And if you get raises, make sure you increase your savings and your investments, things like that. And I don't know, I'm passionate about it just like I'm passionate about software engineering. So I'm thinking about it. I'm actually thinking I'm going to save up cash to take the, whatever amount of courses I need to take. I saw like that Kaplan University, it was like, they had something, it was like $7,500 for a 12-month course curriculum and CFP exam. There's an exam you got to take. So there's probably some prep work with that, a lot of memorization and all that. It'll get my brain going. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at in life. I think I'm having a midlife crisis and I'm trying to figure out my next move. And I've talked about this on the channel numerous times, is you got to make a couple moves in your life to be successful. And this is where I'm at with things. I think I'm ready to make a big move. I need to save up some more cash for it. I might need to save up even more than just like whatever the coursework is, whether it's 7,500 or 10 grand. I might need to save up another 10 grand so that, when I want to make the jump to maybe a new job, I don't think I will be making even close to what I make today. So I got to take that into consideration as well. So I want to save up both for the coursework, both for the job that's going to be lower pay. And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like, I've been positioning in my life for years to deal with financial issues like this, where I have to take a lower pay cut. But if I love the job and I'm excited about it and I see the future, the potential to maybe even build a brand and have financial coaching behind that brand, It's a Wealthy Life. I've got the .com. I started looking at making It's a Wealthy Life logo, moniker, brand, or whatever you call it, to put on that website. So I'm starting to kind of nibble a little bit into that space. So we'll see what happens. And I've got the YouTube, and I'm getting close to being monetized. So I think that'll happen. And again, I love talking about the financial markets. And yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think that I'm going through a midlife crisis? I think I am. I don't know what that means. You know, I'm not freaking out. I'm not like losing my family or my house or anything. This is just more of like maybe a career change at the end of the day. Maybe it's not a midlife crisis. Maybe it's just a career change at the end of the day. And people do that more so now than they used to probably 20, 30, 40 years ago. I think people have career changes probably every 5 years. So I'm more in the camp of now every 15 years, because I've been in this market for 15 years. I haven't interviewed in that long. So it's like, and to be honest, man, how do you even land an interview these days? I've applied to jobs here and there, and I never get any calls back. Maybe it's my resume. It's all these auto computer resume filters. They just, you know, throw your resume out, you know, especially if you're not there right away. I mean, these jobs, they get filled up in about 10 seconds with hundreds and hundreds of resumes. I don't know how companies are finding good employees anymore these days, but it is what it is. So that's the direction I'm thinking. So it'll be an interesting process, and I'll keep you guys up to date on it. You know, if I do get into this certified financial planner type of thing, I'll see what it takes. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Is this something you think I should do? You think I've got the skills to become a financial planner? And you know, based on my YouTube videos, you guys will give me some good opinions. So anyways, you guys have a great day, and take a look at my previous video if you could. And thanks, guys. Bye.